making it count. That's a mantra I've always believed in. We, the Hauppauge High School class of 2022, have made it count. We've made memories that count, we've met people that count. We've made our fair share of mistakes, but trust me, they count too. Class of 2022, every single one of you, right here, right now, count.
What you've experienced over your 4 years here is more than many experience in their whole lives. You entered as freshmen in 2018, had the world shut down on you as sophomores, went through masking and no masking with block schedules as juniors, and now we stand here today, your last day, your last moments as seniors. The changes have been constant, but you have worked through it, and we are so proud of you for it.
Right before our eyes, 4 years have flown by. Now we stand here on this field for one last and final time for the moment we've all been waiting for, graduation.
Remember, you have the potential to become all you are destined to. As you move on from Hauppauge, follow your passion and find your purpose, and know that the Hauppauge community is the one door that will always remain open for you. Remain optimistic and faithful and enjoy the journey. We are so very proud of all of you.
The diploma you will receive today is not just a piece of paper, but a reflection of the work you have done over the last 13 years.
It's an achievement that unlocks worlds of possibilities and ignites a light on your future. So celebrate all you've accomplished and imagine all you will do. Congratulations and best of luck.
It is remarkable to think how quickly these years have passed by and to reflect on this moment that this is our last day as high school seniors.
A once distant future comes nearer than ever. Years of preparation wishing to grow older. The childhood years have come to a close, but new young adults emerge, minds bright and eyes aglow. We must spread our Hauppauge eagle wings and take flight, and soar into the lands of tomorrow, farther and higher each day.
No matter what path you choose, with hard work and determination and the belief in yourself, you will be unstoppable.
As we embark on the journey beyond high school, I urge you to hold on to everything you've learned and experienced during your time here. From the bottom of my heart, Hauppauge, thank you, and thank you.
Hello, Hauppauge High School. I'm Joe Whitehorse, your principal, and welcome to our graduation video production for the class of 2022. It has become a new tradition here since 2020 to put this together to give our graduates and their families a high-quality memory to celebrate this amazing class. I have had the privilege of being this graduating class's assistant principal and now principal, and the whole high school team and I are so proud of everything our students have done and will continue to do. To start us off here, I'm going to pass off to our senior class officers for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please enjoy the video and the ceremony, and congratulations again to the class of 2022.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose was stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and rockets from bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, class of 2022. My name is Elena Altinelli-Omas, and I am the senior class president.
My name is Mackenzie Buscarino, and I am the senior class vice president.
My name is Sarah Gregory, and I'm the treasurer.
My name is Bella Salvia, and I'm the secretary.
And my name is Reagan Kavanaugh, and I'm the public relations officer.
To our class, parents, teachers, and staff, it is an honor to be standing in front of you, along with my officers, tonight to begin our graduation ceremony. 4 years have come and gone in the blink of an eye, and now we stand on this field here one last and final time. The moments and memories we've all made here at Hauppauge High School will be our keepsakes we will take for us with life beyond high school. So we'd like to thank you.
Thank you for the most memorable past 4 years. Our individual journeys are just beginning. We have made so many memories and friends we will never forget in our future. Our experiences at Hauppauge have made us into the people we are today. You've all made your mark here in this building, some way or another, and have accomplished things that are worth remembering, which brings us here to reveal our class gift.
The class of 2022 would like to present a monetary donation to Care and Share. This gift will benefit so many families in Hauppauge with some essential items they need each day. The class of 2022 will be remembered and celebrated by the high school as a group of students who are caring, understanding of the needs of others. The gift is symbolic of the accomplishments which have brought us to this point and serves as a reminder to everyone what a special place Hauppauge High School is and how fortunate we are to be a part of this community. Each of us, in our own way, have left a special mark on the school, and we are here to celebrate today with our friends and family.
I'd like to end by saying congratulations. Each and every single one of you deserve to celebrate this milestone. It's been an honor to serve you all, and I wish every single one of you much success in your plans beyond.
Well, we did it. I'd also like to take the time to thank all of the parents, teachers, and staff.
We, the class of 2022, would not have come this far without your continued support and encouragement. To our fellow classmates, high school graduation is just a step in the journey of our lives, and I know that we are all on to extraordinary things. Congratulations, and may you all have the best of luck in your future. Now let's begin the ceremony and get those diplomas.
Thank you, class officers, and thank you again, ladies. Hello again, Hauppauge community, and for one last time, the class of 2022. To all of you, but especially the students, what you've experienced over your 4 years here is more than many experience in their whole lives. You entered as freshmen in 2018, had the world shut down on you as sophomores, went through masking and no masking with block schedules as juniors, and now we stand here today, your last day, your last moments as seniors. The changes have been constant, but you have worked through it, and we are so proud of you for it. I feel a very special connection to this class, not just because you're my first as high school principal, but because I've lived those changes with you. Like all of you, I've had to make countless adjustments over these last few years. The world is always changing and throwing challenges your way. But changes are easy when you have so much support you can count on. With that said, I'd like to take some time to thank so many people that have been that support for me and for all of you. Thank you to our entire Board of Education, including Board of Education President David Barchet, who is with us tonight, and Vice President Rob Scarito, to members Colleen Capisi, James Kiley, and Gemma Salvia with us tonight as well as Dr. Larry Craffa and Gary Fortmeyer, and Michael Buscarino for your continued service to our district. Thank you for your leadership and your commitment to our district to make an event like this possible. Thank you. To our superintendent, Dr. Don Murphy, and his team at district office, including Mr. Joseph Tasman, Mrs. Bridget Sienna, Dr. Tim McCarthy, and Mrs. Rebecca Bilski, all of whom are here tonight. Thank you for your support, your affirmation, and your leadership. Dr. Murphy, thank you for entrusting me with the principalship here. I have felt privileged to be part of this incredible team and have been benefited from your mentoring. Thank you to our district directors, many of whom are here tonight. Mrs. Gordon, Dr. Michael, Dr. Wankmuller, Dr. Landor, Mr. Butler, Mrs. Hanson, Ms. Young, Mr. Campanelli, and Ms. Lopez. Your leadership in all areas helps to make sure we offer the world-class education we aim to provide. Thank you to our elementary principals, Dr. DeMuzio of the Pines, Mr. Gagliardi of Bretton Woods, and Dr. Reingold of Forest Brook, who is joining us here. Thank you to Mrs. O'Connor and Mr. Collin here as well, for your leadership at the middle school and for getting these students ready for the work they did over the last 4 years. Your partnership is so important, and your work in the early grades have paved the way for this moment. Thank you to our district's teachers, teaching assistants, counselors, and all school staff for supporting our students on their journey, many of whom are here and part of our ceremony today and joining us. The work you do every day truly amazes me. And a huge thank you to our clerical team, many of whom are with us here tonight helping out, for their tremendous work in making this day possible, and for working non-stop to help communicate and keep our building functioning at a high level. I must also take a moment to thank our school nurses, Ms. Muller and Ms. Wisman. They have made this year, and really the last 3 years, possible. Chances are you have talked to one of our nurses more than anyone else at the school in the last few years, so thank you. And thank you to Mr. Rossini, Mr. Rofini, and our building and grounds team, and our custodial team led by Mr. Nelson. I have deeply valued your partnership in keeping our building clean and our grounds looking as beautiful as they are. We are able to pull off a year like this and a night like this because of you too. To our security team, who we need to give a big round of applause to, led by Mr. Caffrey, thank you for working around the clock, even now, to keep us all safe, especially in these turbulent times with everything going on in the world. It's comforting to know that we have you here to support us. And thank you to our PTSA, led by Mrs. Kavanaugh, and all of our parents and guardians in attendance. You are the reason your children are here today. And with that, thank you to this amazing class. Thank you for being the best class a first-year principal can ask for. And I am sure all of you will work tirelessly after this ceremony to make your parents proud. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to also thank my wife, who does not work here, but she's joining us tonight. Thank you for putting up with not just me, but also my crazy schedule here, and for raising our two wonderful children, both of whom I can only hope to grow up to be as amazing as all of you. You're an incredible wife, mother, and support person for me. I couldn't do this job or any of this without you. And last but not least, Thank you to my colleagues and my friends, my assistant principals, Mrs. Darby, Mrs. Ferrara, and Mrs. Pagliari. They are the lifeblood of our functioning here, working around the clock on things often unseen. You are all incredible people, and I can't thank you enough for the support you give me and what you've given to this graduating class. I open this talking about change and the challenges you have already overcome. While the changes have been constant for you over the last 4 years, remember the things that will never change, as they will be the rocks that you lean on when you need help. The love and support from your parents and guardians, the memories and lessons you learned while being our student, and the love and appreciation I have, as do so many here today, for all of you. Here's one last piece of advice to help you when you go through challenging times, which will come, but you will persevere because of the lessons you learned here. Just about a month ago, I lost my brother-in-law, someone very close to me and my family, to a lifelong battle with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. He was only 31 years old. He was an inspiration to so many because despite his physical limitations, he worked as hard as possible to be excellent in so many ways. No matter what changes came his way, he worked to make the most of them and to grow because of them. On top of being the valedictorian of his own high school graduating class, he completed his master's degree just a couple years ago. When he died, I was reminded about the incredible closing he had to his master's thesis. The last line of that thesis stuck with me. He wrote, "Whenever I am looking for beauty in this world, I always seem to find it." As I look out to you right now, in this class, beauty and potential are all I see. No matter what comes your way, look for the beauty and you will find it. And you will endure all change and tackle any challenge. Congratulations, class of 2022. You're ready to be change makers.
Hello, class of 2022. I'm Mrs. Pagliari, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as one of Hauppauge High School's assistant principal. The class of 2022 is especially dear to me as we all started here together. We all learned our way around the building and attended all the high school events for the first time. Over the last 4 years, I have watched you grow and mature into the fine young men and women you have become. Congratulations on this tremendous accomplishment. The diploma you will receive today is not just a piece of paper, but a reflection of the work you have done over the last 13 years. I'm sure many of you have someone in your life that told you to enjoy it because time will fly. It sure does. I imagine that you never would have predicted that you would spend almost 2 years of your high school career navigating through a pandemic. You spent months looking at each other through computer screens and working side by side with your teachers together to come up with a new way of learning. Though you had to figure out how to socially distance, endure a BC lunch block, and take mass breaks, you all pushed through and did it with a smile, continuing to take advantage of everything the Hauppauge Public Schools has been able to offer you. You created history. You left a mark. You are the leaders that others modeled after. After that, you were so grateful to be back in school. It gave us all an opportunity to appreciate the small things, like seeing your friends, sitting at lunch tables, not wearing masks, and getting to attend all of our school activities in person. You have gracefully flowed with the ever-changing rules and regulations and still had the very best experiences. Now you are able to leave the comforts and security of the walls of this school. You are about to enter the next chapter of your life, many of you heading to further your education, some of you heading off to serve our country, and others diving into the workforce. Whichever path you are on, things will never be the same. You have an opportunity here to leave your mark on the world. Take advantage of those opportunities that are presented to you. Make it an adventure. Try new things. Meet new people. Dance in the rain. Every day is yours, so live the life you have imagined and more. I am so very proud of you and wish you nothing but the very best life has to offer. Congratulations.
To the courageous class of 2022, you did it. Your 13 years or 2,340 days of school have included 2 moving up ceremonies, 6 field days, 4 months of asynchronous instruction, 1 year of block scheduling, 2 proms, and finally graduation. The class of 2022 will always have a special place in my heart. You began kindergarten during my first full year teaching at Hauppauge and will graduate in my first year as assistant principal. I had the pleasure of teaching some of you this year, and it has been a privilege getting to know you outside the classroom. The class of 2022 was resilient, brave, and innovative. No matter where you go after Hauppauge, no one can take your high school diploma from you. It's an achievement that unlocks worlds of possibilities and ignites a light on your future. So celebrate all you've accomplished and imagine all you will do. I can't wait to see the paths you will forge outside of Hauppauge. Congratulations and best of luck.
Now, as I've stressed in my speech, we are all here today because of the support from our parents. So it's only appropriate now that I pass the stage to a few parents that have such a large role in this class, starting with our PTSA president, Mrs. Wendy Kavanaugh. Mrs. Kavanaugh, please come to the stage.
Good evening. I am honored to be able to speak at the graduation ceremony for the Hauppauge High School class of 2022. My name is Wendy Kavanaugh, and as a former Hauppauge graduate and a parent of a graduating senior, I feel truly privileged to be here representing the PTSA. The PTSA stands for Parent, Teacher, and Student Association. So to my fellow parents, like you, I share in the many emotions you're feeling at this moment. I have been fortunate to watch many of these students grow since kindergarten, and the years have gone by too quickly. I feel like it was only yesterday I was helping at the Brentwoods Carnival or attending field day with our children in matching t-shirts. Today, our babies will walk across the stage in their matching caps and gowns and complete their journey through the Hauppauge School District.
During my time as PTSA president, I have had the pleasure of meeting and working with many of our children. This past year at the annual Craft and Gift Fair, I was humbled by the many compliments our students' volunteers received. I was told they were hardworking, helpful, and courteous, and for this I credit all of you. As we watch our children graduate tonight, we should be proud of all the accomplishments, and I look forward to hearing about their future endeavors. I am especially proud of my daughter Reagan and all she has achieved during her time at Hauppauge High School. To our teachers, thank you for inspiring, caring, listening, guiding, and shaping our children's future. You have helped build the foundation on which they stand today. So students, I hope you take the tools your teachers have given you and use it to assist and guide you in your future.
And now for the reason we are here, our students. To our graduates, you did it. You should be proud of all you've done here at Hauppauge High School. All the roads have led to this moment, but remember, this is only the beginning. No matter what path you choose, with hard work and determination and the belief in yourself, you will be unstoppable. Remember to be flexible. You may be heading down one path right now, but always be willing to change direction if necessary. Don't be afraid to try something different and come out of your comfort zone. Ask for help when needed, as this is not a sign of weakness, but it shows strength. Most importantly, listen to your heart and have the courage to follow your dreams. In the word of Walt Disney, my favorite place, keep moving forward, opening new doors, and doing new things. Your curiosity will lead you down the path of success. On behalf of the PTSA, I would like to thank everyone in the Hauppauge School District for their support of the PTSA over the last year. Lastly, congratulations and good luck to the class of 2022. The world awaits you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Kavanaugh, for many years of service and for letting us get to know your wonderful children all these years. And thank you ahead of time for next year for partnering with me again as PTSA president. So now I'd like to welcome two of our Board of Education members, one at a time, and they're also parents of graduates here to the stage for the Board of Education address. Mrs. Salvia and Mrs. Capisi are instrumental in our community, and they always work to serve our school through committees, board meetings, and spearheading putting up our graduates' photos along Town Line Road. Despite their own busy work schedules, they accomplish all this. So with that said, I'd like to now introduce Mrs. Salvia to the stage for her address.
Good evening. I am honored to be a part of this important event, especially because it has been my pleasure to watch the graduates here today grow from exuberant preschoolers into the distinguished and accomplished young scholars that are here tonight. I am sure you are all as proud of them as I am. I could not ask for better representatives of our Hauppauge community. It is at events like this that you are often given the advice that motivation and hard work will make all of your dreams come true. And it is true that it does take hard work and motivation to reach your goals. However, you should know that the dreams you have today may not be the dreams you realize. At least all that you envision for your future may not materialize exactly the way you imagine. However, that isn't a fact of life that should trouble you. In fact, that is part of the beauty of all that awaits you. There may be times when you miss an opportunity or are not given one you feel you have earned. There may be times when people may disappoint you and relationships can break down. Things are not always going to work out the way you may want them to, but sometimes not getting what you want is actually what you need. So the next time a door closes, don't see it as an ending, but rather a new opportunity. Sometimes a door closes because it is no longer the right path for you, or even though you may be clinging to the idea that it still might be. At times you will face obstacles, delays, or detours, but that can be because the victories are simply behind a different door. Sometimes a door closes because the open door around the corner will fulfill you in a more profound and meaningful way that fully understands your worth. Pursue your dreams, but allow yourself some freedom to explore all that can be. Be open to challenges, take risks, and don't allow a change in direction to stop you from pursuing all that you can be. One day you will look back at your journey and you just might be deeply grateful that it didn't work out exactly the way you had once hoped. If I may give you some advice, don't get caught up in what might have been. Be open to what can be. Focus on the simple blessings that surround you each day and work to make a lasting impression on this earth. Take some time to serve others. When you serve in small ways, you are rewarded tenfold. Remember, you have the potential to become all you are destined to. Become the person you are meant to be and do the work you are meant to do. As you move on from Hauppauge, follow your passion and find your purpose. And know that the Hauppauge community is the one door that will always remain open for you, to support you, to encourage you, and to applaud you. Remain optimistic and faithful and enjoy the journey. We are all so very proud of you. Congratulations to the Hauppauge class of 2022.
Okay, and now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Colleen Capisi from our Board of Education to deliver part 2 of the address. Mrs. Capisi, please come on up.
Good evening. My name is Colleen Capisi, and I am honored to serve our community as a member of the Board of Education. Tonight we have gathered to celebrate the class of 2022, and I am so thankful to have been asked to speak at tonight's ceremony. This class will always hold a special place in my heart. My son, Griffin, is a member of this class, and over the years I've had the privilege to get to know many of the students and their families. As I look out, I can't help but think about the beginning of your Hauppauge journey. Do you recall that first day of kindergarten? You might have been a little nervous, or maybe you were excited to finally go to school like your older siblings. I can assure you, those first day jitters were not limited to you. I am certain there are many parents in attendance tonight who were like me. Nervous about how your day went, hoping you would make a few friends, and eager for the bus to bring you safely home. However, another thing happened that day. On that first day, we made a promise to you. By we, I mean your parents and teachers, your coaches and club mentors, building staff and administrators, the Board of Education, and the residents of our community. We promise to provide you a quality education delivered in a nurturing environment with activities designed to promote your personal growth so that you could discover your passions and talents and be prepared to forge your own path after high school. Fast forward 13 years, and here we are. A promise made has become a promise kept. As you move on from the safety and comfort of our tight-knit community, I would like to offer some guiding principles that I have found helpful throughout my own life. The first is to begin each day with a grateful heart. I know it sounds strange, but it really is helpful. Hopefully, you will have many wonderful days ahead of you, but there are going to be difficult ones as well. There will be failed tests, strained relationships, and sick loved ones. However, when you're focusing on the negative items that you cannot control and don't focus on the positive things to be grateful for, your spirit will be lifted and you will find the strength to overcome those difficult days. The second has been attributed to fellow Long Islander Walt Whitman. Be curious, not judgmental. As you move away from the familiar rhythm of our Hauppauge community, you will find yourself in new places, facing new situations with new people. If you approach each of these with an open mind, you may just learn something valuable. Never prejudge and never label. Just because something is different, it does not mean that it is wrong or inferior. When we are curious, we ask questions. And when we ask questions, we open the door to discovery and personal growth. Finally, define success as your own personal statement. No one person is the same as another, and we would be foolish to believe success should be defined the same way for each of us. For some, it might be measured by the accumulation of wealth. For others, it might be found in relationships nurtured. The important thing is that your definition is personal to you and aligns with your talents, interests, and core values. If you set goals for yourself and develop a plan to achieve them, you'll be well on your way to living your definition of a successful life. It is my sincere hope that as you move on from Hauppauge High School, you do so with a grateful heart, a sense of curiosity, and an eagerness to attain your own measurement of success. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Before I conclude, we would like to take a few moments to recognize some special students. When you hear your group called, please stand up so that we can applaud you and then sit down. Would the seniors who have achieved a weighted average greater than 100 please stand up? If you participated in our fine arts program through music, theater, art, or dance, please stand up. If you split your day by attending a BOCES vocational program, please stand. Would those who played a sport please stand up? If you ever cut a class or cheated on, we'll skip over that one. You haven't gotten your diplomas yet. Okay, if you took an AP or IB class, it's your turn to stand. Please stand if you are involved in an extracurricular club or honor society. And finally, please stand if you persevered through 2 years of a pandemic to be here this evening. Clearly, all of you seniors are special individuals, and it is my sincere hope that as you move on from Hauppauge High School, you do so with a grateful heart, a sense of curiosity, and an eagerness to attain your own measurement of success. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Salvia and Mrs. Capisi. I would now like to welcome Melody Zhu to the podium to read the class poem. Melody, please make your way up here. To provide you with some background on the next piece, each year we have a contest to determine who should deliver the graduation poem. This year, Melody submitted her incredible poem and was selected out as the winner. It is on the cover of your programs, but now she will come up now to present it. So Melody, take it away.
A once distant future comes nearer than ever. Years of preparation, wishing to grow older. The childhood years have come to a close, but new young adults emerge, minds bright and eyes aglow. Although fear or nervousness may plague our thoughts, it is exciting to ponder where this future lies, because at the end of a chapter is always another, and we have only reached its exposition in this long, long novel. More is to come and much growth is to be done, but all Hauppauge graduates are up for the challenge. We must spread our Hauppauge eagle wings and take flight, and soar into the lands of tomorrow, farther and higher each day. Though our destination is forward toward the future, do not forget our roots. The knowledge, lessons, and memories acquired in Hauppauge have given us a solid foundation to build upon. Thank you to all the teachers, friends, and family of Hauppauge for aiding us in reaching this important milestone. We may throw our caps and celebrate together one last time, jubilant for the unbounded opportunity that awaits.
Thank you, Melody, and don't literally throw your caps yet. It's not time for that yet. We'll get there. All right. Now I'm going to welcome up our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Don Murphy. Dr. Murphy, please come up to the stage.
Drake said, "Sometimes it's about going there, not getting there. Sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. The experiences are the reason that you are who you are today." So I picked Drake to open my speech, hoping to pique the interest of our graduates. I had sent a survey to our group of seniors to help guide my remarks, and many chose Drake as the answer to this survey question: who are your favorite musicians? Speaking directly to our seniors, the truth is, you don't really need to hear any motivational words from me or Drake or even Teddy Roosevelt, Martin Luther King Jr., or Abraham Lincoln. Those were other responses of yours to my question about favorite historical figures. Based on your feedback to me in the survey, you already possess incredible wisdom and drive to take it from here and pursue your dreams. Jess Sconzo, enjoy every day and don't be too hard on yourself. You will always wind up exactly where you are supposed to be. Amelia Helmke, don't grow up too fast. One day you will be standing where we are and wish you stayed young longer. Amanda Williamson, be kind, work hard, get smart. Mackenzie Buscarino, live in the present and enjoy every moment. It goes by so much quicker than you think. Those words of wisdom from those 4 students were shared in response to my question, what advice would you give a Hauppauge kindergartner as they begin their academic career? I love how your answers to our youngsters are applicable in the next chapter of your own lives. You've all tapped into incredible inner strength these last few years in particular to land yourselves in these seats today. Perhaps Drake was right. The experiences are the reason that you are who you are today. To be honest and vulnerable just for a minute, my own path here as superintendent was definitely not without challenging experiences in pursuit of my goals and finding my true passion in life. So when I was 29 years old, I found myself unemployed, lost everything in a stock market crash, and actually moved back home for a period of time. The year was 2001. I had been an equities trader on Wall Street, and this was shortly after 9/11. So quick summary. I was almost 30, broke, without a job, single, living at home with my mom. To state the obvious, my prospects for finding a girlfriend, amazing at the time, amazing. Yet, it was during that time that I embarked on a journey to find and then pursue my true calling in life, working with students like yourselves. I went from Wall Street to a small Catholic school not too far from here, working as a first-year teacher. It was now the summer of 2002. I was still broke and basically starting completely over. Huge adjustment in my life, and although I truly knew I was on the right path, self-doubt and anxiety definitely crept in at times. I actually wish I had some of your words of guidance, this is the seniors again, about dealing with change and adversity back in 2002. Denizen Citraglu, it always gets better. Do not call it quits. Sydney Paolillo, don't be afraid of change. Joshua McFadden, push through it. It's momentary pain. And Cassandra Piazza, make sure you have money saved. Unfortunately, that last bit of advice from Cassandra definitely escaped me at that time. Yet here I am now. This summer I'll turn 50. As all of you venture off to college, trade school, the military, or a career. Fortunately, I'll celebrate my birthday with my incredible wife and 3 children. Turns out my prospects for finding a girlfriend were better than I thought some 20 years ago. I actually met my wife during that trying time at age 30. Yes, when I was broke and living with mom. It's funny how your path always ends up exactly as it should be when you follow your gut, when you follow your passion. So in closing, you hit a number like 50 in your life and you reflect. I asked all of you to think about your own lives many years from now. I asked you, how will you know you have been a success? Marco Panapinto, when I'm happy with how far I've come, evolve but never change, live and learn. Joseph Chung, if I am respected and loved by enough people to lead them to make a better tomorrow. Veronica Mossad, if I am a better person than I was yesterday. Abby Savage, if I'm surrounded by good friends and family, it will be a success. Well, I think Abby has that right. Surround yourselves with good friends and family. Class of 2022, if you look around you right now, today, you already are a success. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Get out there and continue to be leaders and visionaries. You make us all so incredibly proud. Thank you.
Somewhere far from nowhere, I grew both strong and tall, longing to become, but knowing not the path at all. But the fragrance of the winter melted to fields of spring. One must embrace before I cross the threshold. Stay your soul and leave my heart its song.
would like to welcome two of the most outstanding students and people I've gotten a chance to know, our valedictorian and our salutatorian. They're going to deliver some words to the graduating class, starting with our valedictorian, Joseph Matthew. Joseph, please come on up.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, administration, faculty, friends, family, as well as my fellow graduates. I'm honored to be speaking to you here today. Firstly, I'd like to thank my family and friends, as well as the teachers that have mentored and helped me to get to where I am today. Graduation marks the end of yet another extraordinary chapter. With this chapter closed, I'm certain that many of us are already anxious about opening the next chapter in our lives. It is remarkable to think how quickly these years have passed by and to reflect on this moment that this is our last day as high school seniors. Spirit Week has always been a tradition here at Hauppauge, but the class of 2022 was the first year that we were able to generate the most participation on something that just started off as a TikTok trend. Anything but a backpack. A day many of us will always remember for its unusual and extremely creative ideas, for using everyday objects as substitutes for the everyday backpack. Who would have guessed that students would bring in a mini tricycle, a shopping cart, or even an entire kayak? The absurdity and randomness is something that I believe we shouldn't change but embrace as we leave high school. We are constantly reminded that we have experienced an unconventional 4 years of high school due to COVID-19. But this day of bringing anything but a backpack for school spirit highlighted our childhood sense of wonder and struck most of the administration in awe due to this senior class's ingenuity. Who would have guessed that all the valedictorian had to bring that day was a box? Joe's box. The box is more than just cardboard and glue. It's the significance that the future has in store. It is difficult to bring along everything with us. We can't pack our entire room, nor can we bring this entire Hauppauge community with us into our next chapter despite our valiant efforts. Yet we still can recall our memories through objects as we fill our own boxes with what we bring with us. For me, Hauppauge has been one large family, and who would have guessed how many different experiences I would have created and with the community that has given back to me. Firstly, I would like to thank the varsity soccer team. I'd like to thank Coach Edson and Coach Sheehan for their efforts and the sense of brotherhood that the boys varsity soccer team has created for me. Starting as a junior, I played on varsity soccer, and the boys have always been there for me, and carpe diem, seize the day. Kanzen Karate community of years of dedication to me because of the first degree black belt that I got as a Shodan rank. Or even the St. Thomas Church Youth Group Committee, with the weekly goodnight prayers and having faith in our actions and what we do in our community. Or even the role of the entire music department that has played here for me for the 4 years of high school, from marching band and wind ensemble, especially to Mr. Monson, Mr. Converso, and Ms. Contino. Finally, with this very box itself. Anything but a backpack day all started with robotics as a mentor, Mr. Salvatore Sparacino IV. He gave me this box to carry with me after I tore my own backpack on competition day. Although these physical objects that I bring with me into my own chapter, each of you have just as many items and just as many memories to fill your own box with. Most importantly, possessions and the memories we have hold intangible values of pride, dedication, and determination that we must all carry forward that make us not only graduates, but Hauppauge High School graduates. One last piece of advice as you pack your own boxes in the midst of new opportunities. Remember the inestimable words of Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. So take a moment to just reflect and give thanks to our family members and to the Hauppauge community who have been such a support to you. Don't lose sight of the people who have been here with you all throughout these years. Whether we realize it or not, our families and friends have contributed greatly to our success in high school. Our parents pushed us to excel, to put everything we could into our schoolwork, leading us to give our best effort to school. Friends were there for us when we fell short of expectation, either those our parents, teachers, or even our own. They remind us what we were capable of and motivated us to continue working hard as we could, either through encouraging words or more commonly through friendly competition, especially Eddie R., who for beating his own valedictorian in a game of trivia crack. Finally, as you walk up to receive the diploma and walk across the stage, I'm offering this box to the graduating class. As one last thing, I want to keep just between the graduates, that I hope that all of you bring with you on your upcoming journey as you leave high school. Take a moment to reflect and to remember. Keep people guessing. Don't let people underestimate you for your endeavors to achieve your goals. Anything but a backpack day was a day filled with absurdity and randomness. But that means you can do anything you are passionate to do with your life. Sometimes to see the bigger picture, you may just have to step out of the box. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022. I now would like to invite our class salutatorian, Varsha Saravanan.
Oh boy. A wise man once said, "The human brain starts working the moment you are born and never stops until you stand up to speak in public." As I face you all today, I can verify that statement. So, I can't promise I won't blank out or stumble over my words, but I promise to make it work and make it count. Making it count. That's a mantra I've always believed in. We, the Hauppauge High School class of 2022, have made it count. Whether we realize it or not, we've been making the past 4 years count in ways true to ourselves. We've made it count academically, home to National Merit Scholarship recipients, AP scholars, IB diploma candidates, and Science and Math Excellence Award winners. Hauppauge has never been short of academic achievements. Even if that sometimes meant trauma bonding over physics tests focused on concepts no one understood, procrastinating till the very last minute humanly possible, or struggling through midterms week running on 4 hours of sleep and a concerning amount of caffeine, shout out to my beloved IB cohort, we did make it count. We've made it count athletically. From all-county to all-state athletes, we've seen great strides in many of the sports alike. As someone with the athletic capabilities of a toddler, I cannot help but admire the sportsmanship and athletic prowess that we, as a class, possess. By we, it's mostly you guys, but you did make it count regardless. We've made it count artistically, ranging from teeny award nominees to all-state and all-national choir and orchestra honor ensemble members. Hauppauge students' dedication to all art forms, be it visual arts, dance, music, film, or theater, is mesmerizing, and it counts. We've made memories that count. We've met people that count. We've made a fair share of mistakes, but hey, trust me, they count too. Dear class of 2022, every single one of you, right here, right now, count. As we step into the quote-unquote real world and begin counting things like taxes and credit scores, thank you for the lesson, Mr. Sheegan, let's remember that we as individuals count. As we venture into a world of uncertainty, let's make our voices count. Let's make our opinions count. Let's make our lives count. Let's be conscious of every action and the impact it may have on ourselves, others, and the external environment. Let's foster an atmosphere where there is a higher tolerance for differences, be it physical, ideological, social, political, or religious. Let's demand a greater focus on mental health and emotional well-being so that every single individual who is struggling on the inside gets the help they rightfully deserve. Let's learn to question and demand justice wherever it's needed, whenever it's needed. Let's learn to not be silenced and instead use our words as weapons. Let's learn the power of questioning. Let's question why over 3,000 members who would have been graduating as the class of 2022 around the country have been lost to gun violence over the years. Let's question the progress we've made as a country, as a human race. Let's make our anger count. Let's make our grievances count. Let's make our frustration count. But also, let's not forget to take a minute to smile and appreciate the beauty and compassion in the world around us. Let's not forget to say, I love you. Let's not forget to say, I appreciate you. Let's not forget to say, I'm with you. You are not alone. Let's not forget to rejoice in every moment, regardless of how big or small it may be. As we embark on the journey beyond high school, I urge you to hold on to everything you've learned and experienced during your time here. To the teachers, faculty members, administrators, security personnel, cafeteria monitors, custodial staff who work day in and day out to get this place up and running, thank you. To the parents, guardians, and caregivers who have constantly provided their relentless support, thank you. To my best friends for life, Sam, Alina, Julia, Beth, Rachel, Melody, and Vaishi, who have made high school so much more bearable, thank you. To my own parents, Amma and Natcha, for supporting me every step of the way, every hour of the day, thank you. சின்ன வயசுல உடம்பு சரியில்லாம போயும் இவ்வளோ வந்திருக்கேன்னா அதுக்கு முக்கிய காரணம் நீங்க தான். அன்னைக்கு ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ல படுத்திருந்த பொண்ணு இவ்வளோ தூரம் வருவான்னு நினைச்சு பார்த்துருக்க மாட்டா. Words aren't enough to express this, but thank you. And for the rest of you, you might want to Google Translate that part. From the bottom of my heart, Hauppauge, thank you, and thank you. My warmest congratulations to the class of 2022. I wish you all the utmost success wherever life takes you. We truly, truly rocked it.
One of my favorite parts of being a principal is getting an early opportunity to work with and get to know these students as they prepare their speeches. It's important because I get to be affected emotionally before standing here on stage, and I also get to reflect back on my high school days and realize how much more they accomplished than me. We do have one more speaker before getting to the graduating class, and our next speaker is our distinguished alumnus for the class of 2022. This person was chosen by our committee after being nominated by a community member, and we're thrilled to present this honor to Mr. Paul Minuski from the class of 1997. Just some quick info on Paul before he comes up here. After graduating from here in 1997, Mr. Minuski went on to the University of Maryland, where he graduated with a degree in journalism. He's had a decorated college and professional career, and for the last 15 years, he's worked as an Emmy Award-winning producer, editor, and director at NFL Films. Paul, when I read your bio, I didn't see many mentions of Jets highlights, but I won't hold that against you. Mr. Minuski currently resides in New Jersey with his wife, Kimberly, and his two daughters, Peyton and Quinn. As a dedicated father, and I'm sure many here can relate to this, he spends almost all his free time coaching and watching his daughters play basketball, soccer, hockey, lacrosse, and flag football. He returns today on the same field, albeit slightly upgraded, where he was named Mr. Hauppauge, along with Mrs. Hauppauge at the time, Elisa DiStefano of News 12, all those years ago. So without further ado, I introduce Mr. Paul Minuski.
Hi. Spent the last hour staring at those steps, hoping that I wouldn't trip, so we're good on that front. Thank you, Principal Whitehorst, and hello, graduating seniors and family and all the staff at Hauppauge High School. My name is Paul Minuski. I grew up in the bird section of Hauppauge. I went to Pines Elementary, I went to Hauppauge Middle School and Hauppauge High School, and two things I loved while I was here were sports and movies. I wanted to play every sport that I could. There was just one problem, is that I wasn't very good at a lot of the sports that I was trying to play. So I got cut from a lot of the teams that I tried out for in middle school. I was the backup lineman on the middle school football team. In high school, we didn't have varsity football my first 2 years. 11th grade, I joined the team. I thought I was going to be the quarterback of the football team. I was the backup quarterback of the football team. I threw one interception on this field and no touchdown passes on this field. We went 1-7 my junior year. We went 0-8 my senior year. You might think it's weird that a backup quarterback on a terrible high school team would fall in love with football, but that's exactly what I did. In my junior year, I stumbled into the TV production studio here. It's the same studio that you guys have now. We had just had older equipment. This became my oasis. I had two teachers, Mr. DePetris and Mr. Gephardt. I learned how to edit. I spent hours working on projects in there. I would tape ESPN. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but I would tape ESPN and bring those tapes in and then cut football highlights there. And I didn't know it, but at 14, I was starting my career making football movies. So that's where I'm here. I went to the University of Maryland. I was the play-by-play voice for the football team and the basketball team at Maryland. And after graduating, I worked at ESPN and ABC and HBO and TNT and CBS. And for the past 15 years, NFL Films, where I've won 11 Emmys. So Steve and Ed Sable, they were a father and son. Oh, thank you. Never heard that much applause on this football field, I got to tell you. Steve and Ed Sable were a father and son who started NFL Films, and they built it into the greatest production house in the world. And Steve had this great saying. It was, tell me a fact, and I'll learn. Tell me a truth, and I'll believe. But tell me a story, and it'll live in my heart forever. And when I was in school here, all I wanted to do was tell stories. I was the editor of the newspaper, and I did some announcing for the basketball team, and I wanted to do the announcements. And I went up to one of the teachers. I said, I would like to do some morning announcements, a sports report. And we had a teacher that she said it wasn't really a good idea. She told me I didn't really have a voice for announcing. And she also told me that jobs in sports were really hard to get and that I should think about doing something else with my life. Well, I didn't listen to her, and I created the Minuski Minute, and I went out to the announcements every day for the next 2 years. So 25 years ago, which is ridiculous, but 25 years ago, I sat in the same seat that you guys were sitting. I love sports. I wanted to get into the business. I did not know how to do that. My dad was an accountant. My mom was a legal secretary. The rest of my family are teachers and truck drivers and work in finance. I had no path to get from where you guys were sitting to covering 10 Super Bowls and making content that millions and millions of people have seen. In my career, I've traveled to 43 states. I've interviewed hundreds of athletes, from Hall of Famers to high schoolers, from Michael Jordan to Steph Curry, Tom Brady to Joe Montana, from Bill Belichick to Bill Parcells. And Hauppauge might sometimes feel detached from the rest of the world, but I'm living proof that it's not. Your story is just beginning, and each and every one of you has the ability and potential to make a great film. The only question is, how are you going to make it? The coolest part about my journey are the lessons that I've learned talking to these great athletes in their field. I had the honor to direct a documentary on Pat Tillman. I don't know if anybody knows who Pat Tillman is, but if you don't, he was a safety for the Cardinals. Absolutely. Pat was a safety for the Cardinals. After 9/11, he quit his job with the NFL. He joined the Army Rangers. He's a great man, and we found an interview with him where he said that passion was the word best used to describe him. He said that whatever he was doing, he wanted to be passionate about it. Otherwise, why do it? And I love that quote. There was another quote from a coach named Keenan McCardell. It read, "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work." I'm going to say it one more time. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. And I love this quote. And for you guys out there, I'm sure that there are some people out there, you guys are very smart kids, and I would bet there are kids that are not as smart as you that got higher GPAs than you did. And that's just life. And that's something that's not going to change wherever you go. But you could pass people by who are smarter than you if you work hard. You could pass people by who are stronger than you because you outwork them. And if you go to a smaller college or don't even go to college, you could pass people by who went to a big college because you work harder than they do. I have 2 daughters. I play Fortnite and NHL on the Xbox with my older daughter. She calls me a tryhard. She also calls me a button pusher. I don't really know what that means, but she calls me a tryhard. And somewhere in her generation, trying your best became a bad thing. And she thinks she's putting me down, but I think that it's a compliment. That's the biggest thing I've learned for covering the NFL for the last 15 years. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who your parents are or what college you went to. It only matters if you could play. When they hike the ball, can you play? And that's the question I want you to ask yourselves. Can I play? Will I put the work in? And it doesn't matter if you've done it beforehand or where you're going to go after today. Your movie, your documentary starts right now. And I've done dozens of documentaries on some of the famous athletes in the world, and their high school part of their life is like the first 10 minutes of the film. And then for the next hour is all the great things that they end up doing. I got one more story. It's a speech from this head coach, Kirby Wilson. We're doing this show right now on the USFL. Kirby Wilson's a coach of one of the teams that won one game. He had the last meeting with the team, and he said something, and I really thought I took some good stuff out of it. He said, "You guys are all bonded together, and after today, you're going to split apart. But I want to challenge you guys with something. Every day that you have air in your body, every day that you have a heartbeat, be the best version of yourself that you can be. Be better today than you were yesterday." And that's my challenge to every one of you graduating seniors. Be the best version of yourself. Be a better brother, a better daughter, a better friend. And whatever you do, don't start your day with this. That person messed me over. That person lied to me. Don't start your life this way. Every day you wake up, look in that mirror and point this way. How can I get better? How can I make other people around me better? It starts with you. So congratulations again to all you graduating seniors. I wish you luck in your next chapter. I can't wait to watch the movie on your life. Please be safe tonight, but have fun, and best of luck. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you today.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Minuski. We will try to not hold your interactions with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick against you. So now, a key moment, or maybe the key moment, you've all been waiting for. Mrs. Beth Bedini and Ms. Dawn Lynch, our senior class advisors, will come right off to the side of the stage to read the graduates' names as they walk across the stage. I ask that our district directors and building administrators come to my left, or your right, to properly greet the graduates as they walk up the stairs. I'll ask our Board of Education members and central office team to come to my right, or your left, to congratulate our graduates as they exit the stage. Before we start, I'd like to finally just extend quick gratitude to Mrs. Bedini and Ms. Lynch for serving as wonderful class advisors to this class for so many years. The ride was pretty crazy, but you navigated it perfectly. And prom was beautiful last night, so on behalf of everyone, thank you. All right. Let's get to it.
Joseph Matthew. Varsha Saravanan. Elena Altenaroli-Almas. Mackenzie Buscarino. Sarah Gregory. Gabriella Salvia. Reagan Kavanaugh. Kaylee Jenkins. Ben Capelets. Kiara Henselder. Sarah Beggins. Gracie Green. Sydney Paolillo. Gabriella Mishanya. Louis Zara. Matthew Partridge. Michelle Fontana. Jennifer Passarelli. Danielle Stallone. Danny Mannix. Michael Singh. Jared Palinuk. Lewis Wilson. Amir Jennings. Joseph Laverde. James Abruzzo. Griffin Capisi. Elizabeth Furman. Sahishnu Sagaraju. Melody Zhu. Matt Abti. Sneha Adabala. Dominic Damo. Kyle Adams. Jake Ahern. Edward R. Alex Aiello. Nicole Aiello. Dylan Altenaroli-Almas. Joseph Andriano. Emily Aplustil. Kayla Aquilino. Gracie Erasmo. Yetsin Archaga. Jacob Aregi. Sude Adesever. Aiden Orjeri. Luke Orjeri. John Augusta. Oba Awolawolo. Joseph Ayub. Marcus Ballerini. TJ Barham. Michaela Barr. Daniel Barrett. Ashley Bento. Alana Burkell. Brandon Blanco. Summer Bloom. Dia Badu. Christina Bowden. Caitlin Boyle. Eric Brooks. Michael Brosnan. Aiden Bruck. Jake Brunet. Dylan Bryan. Brianna Ballard. Alexander Buzanka. William Caldara. Isabella Calveu. Joseph Cambareri. Eldenord Candio. Daniel Kaplan. Gianna Capone. Michael Kappa. Matteo Cardalfossil. Andy Caruso. Andrew Castor. Anthony Cavalieri. Sydney Charles. Christine Chang. Jay Chang. Angelina Chikatukto. Joseph J. Chung. Denison Sideroglu. Luke Clackett. Ryan Collins. Nick Comito. Sarah Contreras. Christiana Kopp. Michael Cordovano. Ian Crean. Jacqueline Cronin. Dylan Cupiolo. Gianna Cutrone Mora. Joseph D'Amico. Josiah Davis. Victoria De Los Santos. Gavin Dean. Anthony DeModna. Julia Dessart. Stephen DeZellick. John DeFranco. David Diekman. Julia DiNapoli. Sarah Dixon. Matthew Dolce. Jane Donnelly. Jenna Donnelly. Sophia Damazios. Andres Duarte. Matthew Zabriskie. Adriana Durney. Mallory Elliott. Ryan Esposito. Connor Every. Adriana Baraguna. Caden Bastag. Leah Belton Brown. Anthony Fernandez. Eric Ferrara. Alexandra Ferrari. Catherine Fine. Nicholas Anthony Fiorio. Gabriella Gayton. Bethany Gatto. Alina George. Alyssa Jacalone. Andrew Giordano. Seth Goldstein. Sean Michael Goodman. Edward Guting. Andre Graca. Anthony Gulata. Carlos Gutierrez. Patrick Haggerty. Aiden Hall. Sarah Harker. Elijah Harmel. May Heffetz. Amelia Helmke. Emma Herlihy. Kyle Hodgkinson. Kevin Holchi. Joey Huber. Ethan Human. Luke Human. Thomas Hyde. Danielle Ingracia. Will Janowski. Christian Jean-Fils. Kenneth Johansson. Mackay John. Shakayla Johnson. Gary Kalin. Kira Kalinsky. Satvik Karanam. Layla Kaufman. Richard Kelleher. Thomas Kellington. Wayne Kells. Patricia Kelly. Olivia Kennedy. Chris Kirby. Eric Kloss. Gianna Kondraki. Joseph Kraus. Carlin Kwachek. Pranav Lanka. Aiden Lepore. Laura Lima. Paige Lipson. Vincent Lombardi. Victoria Lopez. Liani Lorenzo. Paul Loring. Giovanni Lugo. Dennis Lynch. Rachel Ma. Juliana McQuarrie. Jessica McGee. Cameron Mancuso. William Mengafes. Michael Manicus. Brian Nancy. Mikey Manta. Alyssa Mirandos. Gianna Markeski. Ryan Marchese. Megan Maroney. Julia Martinez. Joshua McFadden. Thomas McGough. Heather McGullum. Skylar McQuaid. Starlet Menendez. Mark Merchant. Tyler Meyer. Lucas Mikulosevich. Corinne Militello. Benjamin Mox. Salvatore Monti. Michael Montemarano. Diana Mora. Veronica Mossad. Julia Mullane. Amy Monroe. Nick Neglia. Jake Nielsen. Andrew Nullen. Christian O'Brien. Lily O'Brien. Madison O'Connor. Madison Olashea. Nicholas Oliveto. Nathan Orachovsky. Michael Oriolis. Emma Ortiz. Marco Panapinto. Katie Papik. Matt Panino. Cassandra Piazza. Kelly Podmore. Eric Quinones. Izzy Quintero. Jesse Ramos. Krista Rath. Vaishnavi Ravishandar. Nicholas Recco. Ryan Reedy. Samuel Rella. Caroline Rohde. John Romano. Juliana Romano. Sophia Rosado. Ryan Rush. Matthew Ryan. Gabriella Raquel. Jack Respecki.
Gabrielle Salavek.
Safal Samad. Vincenzo Sanacor. Kaylee Sanchez Vargas. Miguel Sanfiz. Tyler Sarin. Ava Sartor.
Dylan Sass. Abigail Savage. Jonathan Sheriff Connors. Ava Schlappa. Shayna Schreiber. Jessica Scanzo. Ava Sabade. Ariana Sefer. Alexander Seltzer. Samora Sinise. Joshua So. Anish Shenoy. Emily Sheridan. Joseph Sheridan. Naya Simons. Jonathan Singh. Ashley Slasher.
Jonathan Smith.
Victoria Sordi. Alexa Spires. Patrick Sumwalt. Ariana Tandazzo. Hayden Taller. Jorge Torres. Alexander Siokos. Ryan Tersalino. Gavin Umana. Ella Utano. AJ Valentine. Sophia Valone. Samuthka Vadagunta. Caitlin Vaughn. Matthew Velez Brandt. Wendy Ventura Reyes. Mark Villarico. Matthew Viskowicz. Danny Visicchio. Dean Vitale. Brandon Wagner. Joseph Waldner. Phoenix Walker. Megan Walsh. Brandon Wallstrom. Brittany Joy Walters. Alexander Wiedemann. Alexandra Wiener. Christy Workmeister. Amanda Williamson. Jasmine Wilson.
Aurora Boytalson.
Robert Woods. Nia Wright. Helen Yao. Kevin Zembrisky. Dustin Zhao. Justin Zimbler.
Incredible. Thank you. And that is the class of 2022. We're almost there. We're just about there. I'm going to invite one more amazing person in our district, Mr. Dave Barchet, up to the podium. He's our school board president. He's going to offer some closing remarks as the presentation of diplomas. Mr. Barchet, thank you for your standard that you apply through the leadership in our district. Hauppauge is seen as a leading district because of you. Mr. Barchet's remarks will be followed by Dr. Murphy's conferring of degrees upon the graduates. Mr. Barchet?
So my remarks will consist of introducing Dr. Murphy.
Before we get to the last part, the following students are committing to serve in the armed forces and will take an oath to uphold and defend the United States Constitution. When I say your name, please stand. John Anthony Augusta, enlisting in the United States Navy. Ian Crean, enlisting in the United States Marines. Edward Gutink, University of Delaware, Army, ROTC. Kevin Holtje, Army, ROTC, attending Dickinson College. Michael Manicus, enlisting United States Marines. Melody Zhu, accepted to the United States Naval Academy at Annapolis. Melody is one of 1,000 students worldwide to enter the class of 2026. Let's recognize this group and thank them for their service. Now, I ask these 6 students to continue to stand for another moment. Mr. Barchet is next to me because he's always an ally and thought partner, and I came to him with an idea, and he lent his full support on behalf of the board. I'd like to now ask any member of the Hauppauge community in attendance who serves in the armed forces or who is a veteran of the armed forces to also stand. Please. Stay standing. And lastly, I'd also like to ask members of the Hauppauge community in attendance today who work as police officers or firefighters, retirees included, also stand please for a round of applause. To all students, you're surrounded by role models and heroes. This is your district, this is your community, this is your home. A huge last ovation for all the selfless individuals. We are so grateful to all of you for your service. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Hauppauge High School class of 2022, please stand. my pleasure, on the authority granted to me as the Superintendent of Schools and by the Board of Regents of the State of New York, to certify the class of 2022 as graduates of Hauppauge High School. You may now move your tassel from the right side of your head to the left side. You have officially graduated. Congratulations.